Jaylen Warren has made an impressive start to the season for an undrafted free agent, but is he being treated fairly by the Pittsburgh Steelers coaches? Welcome, Steeler Nation, to your latest episode of your Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate with me, your host, Britsburgh, Owen, speaking to you here in the UK. I am your UK Steelers view, your voice from across the pond. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and join the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate family. Well, Jaylen Warren has made an exceptionally impressive start to the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The rookie running back out of North Carolina, who was an undrafted free agent who impressed in training camp and in preseason, obviously was signed to the 53-man roster. He's had a few chances to impress during the NFL regular season in the first 3 weeks against the Bengals, against the Patriots, and against the Browns. If we look at the statistics for Jaylen Warren, this will tell us a little bit of a story about how he is doing statistically. Now, hang on to the end of the video and I'll talk about why I think that he isn't being given a fair crack of the whip, and also why Coach Tomlin isn't really being very fair with him in the way he's been treated. Here's his stats. Now, against Cincinnati, he had 3 rushing attempts for 7 yards, 2.33. He was targeted once for receiving. In the second week, 2 against the New England Patriots, he had 4 rushes for 15 yards, averaging 3.75 yards per carry, 1 target, 1 reception. Again, 1 assisted tackle, 1 combined tackle as well in that game. Then against Cleveland, he had 4 rushes for 30 yards, 7.5 yards a carry, 1 target, 1 reception for 3 yards. Now, if you look at his rush progression, yes, I know there isn't many yards there, but in terms of that, the fact there isn't many carries there either, 3 carries, 4 carries, and 4 carries. But it's definitely showing a marked improvement, upswing in the number of yards that Jaylen Warren is rushing for every single game. 7 in the first, 15, and they doubled it to 30 yards in game 3. Now, it's not just obviously those yards that are important. It's the way that Warren is currently playing. Now, if you look at Jaylen Warren, when he comes onto the field and he gets the ball in hand, he is like a little wrecking ball on roller skates. He hammers into the line. He smashes through holes. He always seems to fall forward. When tackled, he holds the ball and pumps those legs to try and gain those extra yards. He certainly is someone who does not give up. He is a fighter, and definitely someone who is very much a Steelers type running back. Also worth mentioning as well that he is the cousin of Fast Willie Parker. Now, obviously in game 3 of this NFL regular season, Jaylen Warren fumbled the ball against the Cleveland Browns. And speaking about the fumble, this is what Jaylen Warren had to say when he was asked about how he could avoid fumbling the ball, because obviously he had 1 fumble in preseason as well. He said, just be more cautious with it, be more aware. I put that on tape. I've got to live with it and just do what I can to not do it again, said Warren. So Warren is obviously feeling, feeling hurt, feeling bad about that fumble. He knows that it's there. He knows that it's always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. That it's going to be something that's brought up by the media, brought up by the coaching staff, brought up in team meetings as well. So it's something he's going to have to face on a daily basis. But he's clearly saying here that he is going to face it and he is going to attempt to get better and not do it again. He's certainly somebody with spirit, with a fighting spirit, and someone who has that sort of never say die, never give up type attitude. And that's certainly true of Jaylen Warren. Warren is someone who obviously has faced adversity throughout his life in terms of getting a chance in the NFL. You know, someone who was obviously went through a number of colleges. I think he was at Utah for a bit before ending up at North Carolina. He also had, troubles and strifes there. He then obviously came in to the Pittsburgh Steelers as an undrafted free agent and was even seen as not being the favorite to make the roster. Matteo Durant was the man who was obviously the highest paid running back free agent the Steelers signed, and someone obviously that Warren had to get past, as well as obviously Adam McFarland, and now it seems past Benny Snell as well, to become Najee Harris's primary backup. Now, I said at the start of the video, didn't I, that I didn't feel that Jaylen Warren was being treated fairly by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, there is, in my opinion, 2 reasons that he has not been treated fairly. Number one, I think in terms of the way that Warren is playing and the way that Warren runs with the ball and the spirit that he shows and the go forward that he has showed, especially in that Browns game, Warren deserves more touches of the ball. He certainly deserves more of a go in the offense. Harris, I don't think is fully fit still. Yes, Najee Harris is our elite running back, and he obviously has to have the majority of touches when rushing the ball if the Steelers are going to establish a rushing game. However, for me, Harris still doesn't look 100% fit. He is getting there game by game, week by week, and he will eventually be fully fit in this NFL season. But at this point in time, to me, he doesn't look 100% fit. Warren has looked impressive in the way he's run with the ball. He's provided a spark to the offense, I think, as well when he's come on to rush. Now, another reason why I don't think he's been treated fairly. Now, we all know what Coach Tomlin thinks of people who fumble the ball. He has a very punitive attitude towards them. But I think what he did to Jaylen Warren in the Cleveland game was absolutely bang out of order. Benching him for fumbling that ball. We didn't lose the ball. Deontay Johnson was there to recover it. But what damage does that do to a rookie's confidence when you bench him straight away for one mistake? What does that say to him rather than putting an arm around him, getting him back out there as soon as you can, putting him up against that team again and giving him an opportunity to prove himself rather than just benching him at the first sign of trouble? That for me is not good coaching. That for me is not good man management. And Coach Tomlin, I think, really did fail there with Jaylen Warren and really did treat him quite shabbily and quite badly. I was actually really angry at the way Coach Tomlin treated him. And I'm someone who actually likes Coach Tomlin, who is a fan of Coach Tomlin, but the way he treated Jaylen Warren for me in that game against the Browns on Thursday night was out of order. I hope that obviously on Sunday that Warren gets a chance to impress again against the Jets and gets a number of carries. I would be looking for Warren hopefully to get between 10 and 12 carries. If he's averaging somewhere in the region, I think of it, it's about 4.1, 4.2 yards per carry at the moment across 3 games. That is certainly a very impressive figure for a running back too. Not since the days of D'Angelo Williams have the Steelers had a running back too of any note. James Conner, I suppose, as well, could be considered as a running back too, but he was more a running back 1A really. But Warren really is that second option behind Najee Harris. And I want to see this guy getting more touches of the ball. And I want to see Coach Tomlin treating him with a little bit more respect and a little bit more fairly and actually trying to boost his confidence rather than destroy it. That's my opinion anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments, Steeler Nation. And also remember, if you've not yet subscribed to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, hit that sub button and come and join the Syndicate family. Guys, remember to go back and check out all the great videos on the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, including a video my good buddy Mark made yesterday about how it's not all doom and gloom for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Go back and check that out. That'll be fantastic. And remember to subscribe, guys. Hit that sub. But also check out my channel, Britsburgh Owen, and Mark's channel, Steelers Nation Australia. And sub, guys. Thanks for watching. Here we go, Steelers. Come on!